This is AP World News. I'm Giselle.
I'm Patty.
And I'm Yesenia.
And today we will be covering sugar. First, we will be interviewing the Iberians.
So, how do you process sugar?
Boiling houses in the 17th through 19th centuries converted sugarcane juice into raw sugar. Inside the boiling houses, slaves were in charge of working the sugarcane juice. They used furnaces to boil the sugarcane juice into crystals, which we see as raw sugar.
Who do you sell sugar to?
Sugar was in high demand in all the global market. It was sold to Europe, Africa, and Asia. Almost all of the sugar was produced for export.
And what is sugar used for in particular?
So sugar is used for a variety of things like sweetening your food, or it could also be used as medicine.
And why did you sell this crop?
To get money. This was a profitable crop because of all of its uses.
And what are some benefits of this crop?
It's profitable on large-scale production, which is a huge benefit because we could get money.
And are there any disadvantages or negative consequences?
Yes, as there is to everything. Disadvantages would be the mistreatment of African American slaves because they are forced to endure poor conditions. And advantages would be that there is less social hierarchy because sugar was once a luxury item, but the large production of sugar made it readily available to people of different classes.
And lastly, can you explain plantation agriculture?
Sure thing. Plantation agriculture is the large-scale cultivation and processing of sugar through forced labor. Forced labor is needed because the market is only profitable on a large scale, and sugar is a labor-intensive industry.
Thank you very much.
Now we'll be interviewing the natives. Have your people acculturated or assimilated into Iberian culture?
They have assimilated. We adopted many aspects of their culture, but we remain distinct from the Iberians. Most of us adopted Catholicism, especially because the saints were appealing to our polytheism.
What are some social effects of the Iberians seeking business here?
Well, they formed a social hierarchy. At the top are the Iberian Peninsulan born, and then next come the Iberians born in the Americas, and then after that the mestizos or mulattoes, and then at the very bottom are the natives or the slaves.
Has there been enslavement of your people?
Well, for the most part there has, especially by the Spaniards. However, we only account for a small percentage of the labor force due to the mortality of the native population. When the Europeans came, all of a sudden almost all of our people had just dropped dead. Everyone became fatally ill. The Europeans and even the Africans were immune to these diseases.
Next, we'll be interviewing the African slaves.
Have your people assimilated or acculturated with the Iberians?
Definitely assimilated. Although we do mix with other races, we remain distinct. We combine their Catholicism with our beliefs we kept from Africa. We basically created Creoles.
What are some social effects that have occurred because of Iberians seeking business here?
Our race has been discriminated and there is now racism. Black people are seen as underneath those who are white.
Has there been enslavement of your people?
Almost all of the Africans in the Americas are slaves. There are a few exceptions where they are freed, but...
Can you explain what your job is on the sugar plantations?
We do all of the labor, from planting to harvesting to processing the cane into sugar.
How are the working conditions?
Awful. We work for hours on end with little supplement from our masters. There are mortality rates of 5 to 10%. In Brazil, there are life expectancies of 7 years.
Thank you.
And lastly, we will be interviewing the Asian importers. Ready? What is the social effect of sugar production in the Americas?
Well, since sugar was more available, it allowed people in a lower social standing to obtain this product, which was previously viewed as a luxury item. Cravings for new world stimulants such as coffee and sugar have motivated people here to work harder in order to obtain money to supply these new habits.
What is an economic effect of sugar production in the Americas?
Well, now that there is more trade with the Europeans in the Americas, we've become more active in mass production and specialization of highly valued Asian goods, such as spices, cotton, silk, so on.
Okay, very good, very good.